Alrighty, it is day 3 of our trip. I was able to secure a boarding pass for Tiana's Bayou adventure, so let's hope that it goes by smoothly and that no delays or anything, because I have made the decision that I would not wait longer than an hour because I did so for Guardians of the Galaxy and it was awful. So we gotta load the kids up and get from the golf cart all the way to the boat docks and then to the Magic Kingdom. So let's do it. All right, one golf cart ride later, we are heading to the boats. We gotta take the green flag to the Magic Kingdom. It's about a 12-minute ride. Let's do it. All right, we're here on the water taxi. I think this is a hidden Mickey right here. What do you think? All right, here we are at the Magic Kingdom. Pretty busy, we're just after opening. We did not have the strength to rope drop today, so we are not doing that. Found a break so I can walk a little faster. All right, we're here in Town Square. It is warm, but not terribly hot just yet. So yeah, Magic Kingdom day. Trying to see if we can get on Tiana's Bayou adventure. Crowd check on Main Street today. What's up? Let's go. Excuse us. So in case you didn't know, the Starbucks here at the Magic Kingdom is right off Main Street, and it is called Main Street Bakery. Usually pretty busy. Right now they have a Mickey-shaped cinnamon roll that I will not be trying. Okay, so I know it's loud in here, so this is partially a test of the microphone that I'm using. But two things, it is 9:39 and I'm in an early boarding group for Tiana's Bayou Adventure and we're still not boarding. So I don't know how that's gonna work out because I don't wanna wait too long and be away from the kids for too long. And two, this is my first trip like vlogging this style, at least for YouTube. I usually document it for my Instagram stories and whatnot, but I'm using a stabilizer for the first time, which I'm liking so far. But I will say this is definitely like the most looks I've gotten from other people. Like someone's staring at me right now as I'm doing this. And I know a lot of the YouTube guidance and other things people say is to just like ignore it because it doesn't really matter and no one ultimately cares. And to an extent that's true, but I'm still getting used to that feeling of like, I guess putting myself out there in a way and holding this and looking like I'm someone that's doing this. But yeah, we'll see. So I'm wary of using the term hack, but if you want to avoid some of the crowds and if you want to get to Tomorrowland or Storybook Circus, we're heading to Storybook Circus, head this way through Tomorrowland Terrace. It's usually really empty. There's restrooms back here. You have a lot of space to just stop and take a breather if you need to. We've got 3 kids and a triple stroller. So it can be really hectic with all the personalities and needs, understandably so. But you get a blast of cool air. You get to avoid the crowds. And yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty easy. And it's out of the sun. And you get to see Stitch over here. And then if you time it right, of course, you can see this really good view of Cinderella Castle that I'm about to get to. I'm not gonna say it's terribly packed today. I'm not gonna say it's not busy, but there's lots of pinch points, of course. So we'll look around the park to see. I still have not been notified about my boarding group for Tiana's. So there's the castle. Cinderella Castle to be specific. There's the purple wall. I feel like since the COVID days, it's sort of lost its popularity. Never mind, my wife wants a picture. We're here in Tomorrowland. We're making our way to Storybook Circus, usually our first stop. Kids love it here. Fun fact, I've never rode the Astro Orbiter. I don't know, just the whole need, people mover, check. Just the need to ride an elevator to get there and the lines. And I do see Tron, baby. I know, we'll go look at Tron right now, baby, okay? Is not something I've ever done, but my kids are starting to express interest in riding it. And that means I'm gonna have to be up there in the sky, so we'll report back. There's the tomorrow people mover. My kids recently became obsessed with Tron. Neither are near the height requirement to ride it, but my wife got to ride it for the first time on our last trip, and so we waited underneath the queue and whatnot, and you know how the ride sort of swirls around you and there's lights and loud music, and they are, I see baby, there's a teacup ride. They are obsessed with it now, and so they ask about it, so now we have to go stop and look at it, but they're both aware that they can't ride it yet. So hopefully that also is fine now that we're here in person, but we usually ride it once a day for them to see it on YouTube. So let's go check it out. There is Seven Dwarves. We got a Genie Plus pass for that. Pass, reservation, ticket, purchase. There's so many terms to use. And the girls know that we were heading towards Storybook Circus. See how the crowds have thinned a bit? Now, so usually the line will extend out here sometimes, making it busy. And we got Dumbo. You know, one thing is that yes, we're gonna ride Dumbo, babies. It gets busy for sure, as you can see, but it's not as crazy as some of the more marquee attractions. And I'm starting to think about how it's gonna be when our kids wanna ride those rides and those lines and navigating those things. It's a whole different set of strategy. So I'm really trying to hold on to us riding these kiddie rides because I actually enjoy them too. Oh, it's not too bad back here. This is great. Look, babe. We are gonna ride Dumbo. The kids are starting to see all the attractions. So yeah, this is part of the new Fantasyland that opened in 2012. In case you didn't know, we're in Fantasyland. There's two sets of Dumbo. One's now dedicated to the Lightning Lane, in case you didn't know. And the Barnstormer's deep back here. There's a Fantasyland train station back here. I did find it, baby. And then just beyond that is actual walkway to Tomorrowland that connects to the new Tron area. Fun fact. So lots of ways to sort of get around here without having big cars. This is nice. I'm not seeing a lot of crowds at all. Let's do it, kid.
It was a peanut rock.
I see peanut rocks. Nice and cool in here.
It is cool, Dad. Have you seen this place before?
Yeah.
That one? Okay, Dad. How do I get in the seat?
Thank you, dear. Here we go. All right, so we're here at Magic Kingdom today. We have done the Starbucks, Barnstormer, Dumbo. We're heading over to Under the Sea, and then we're gonna do Seven Dwarfs. Those are a lot of our main hits.
And then check on your
And then we're gonna check on Tiana's Bayou Adventure and see whether my boarding group is being called anytime soon.
That's a terrible place to start a story.
Right, so my gimbal for my phone, my fancy gimbal, that I'm not gonna reveal yet because I wanna test it out before I publicly endorse it, if you will, has run out of battery. And my phone's not running out of battery. So we just rode Under the Sea. Girls loved it. And now we're taking a bathroom break and we have a Seven Dwarfs appointment. I like using the word appointment now. Maybe I'll start doing that.
And Mad Tea.
And Mad Tea Party, teacups. So yeah, we're just boom, 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 one after the other. Getting a little bit of cloud cover sporadically. So that is much appreciated on this day. Okay, my wife stopped to feed the baby. And now we are heading, me and my eldest are heading to Seven Dwarfs. Her current favorite, other than Tron, obviously, as we talked about. So we got a lightning lane for this one. And I am really excited because my daughter loves it. So do I. All right, I don't know what the inside looks like, but this, looking good so far. Oh, I can feel that cold air. Let's get in and ride the ride. Woo, feels good. We're finally leaving Fantasyland. Did everything we could possibly do there, I guess, besides Winnie the Pooh. Cinderella. Yeah, that's not our favorite ride for reasons. There she is. Not too busy in the hub today, as you can see. She's a beauty. We are in the hub, and it is not terribly busy, as I said. There she is. But yeah, definitely crowds, but not crazy. And yeah, we're heading on over to Frontierland to get a look. Babe, this way.
Oh, sorry.
To get a look at Tiana's Bayou Adventure and try to get an idea of what's going on with the previews because ain't much going on. Okay, do you want me to go to the baby changing
Maybe on
time?
our way out, like for the girls to pee.
Okay, so I'm recording.
Sorry, YouTube.
It's okay.
Instagram.
We may or may not cut that. Oh, but we are heading through Liberty Square right now and towards Frontierland to see what's going on. And as you just gleaned, we may be going to the baby care center right after that. A parade's coming through, so it may be kind of loud. This is one of my favorite shops here at Disney World. It's a year-round Christmas shop. Oh, and 4th of July shop. we are heading towards Frontierland. I guess we're in Frontierland technically. We like taking this path because I'm not sure it's a shortcut, but there's usually less people. So we like that. All right, here she is, Tiana's Bayou Adventure. And she seems to be shut down. I'm liking the way everything looks. First impressions right here. Ooh, a bee was just flying on me. Let's see. I know she looks great at night. There she is. They are testing them, but nobody is coming down on the ride. So, not a great sign. All right, so let's get a full look at it. If I don't get to ride it today, at least we're getting a good look through. We've had no indication of what's going on or why it's down. Oh, there's people on it right there. But not on all of them. So maybe it is working. But she looks pretty. I like all the designs. Obviously, the mountain and whatnot was pre-existing, but I do see some frogs right here. It's named after the Princess and the Frog, after all. And I know she looks pretty at night. She must. But yeah, it looks very lush. Lots of vegetation. Definitely feels different in scope, in decor. I know it's just a re-theme, but I like it. I think it's a great addition to the park, to this area. I was reading something about, there's some details you can see from over here, Tiana's Foods. I was reading some history about how much Walt Disney himself enjoyed New Orleans, so much so that he brought New Orleans Square over to Disneyland in Anaheim. And I think this is a unique opportunity for, you know, Walt's interest and maybe fascination with New Orleans to also be here on the East Coast at Walt Disney World in the Magic Kingdom. So that's a fun fact, I think. Yeah, it looks great so far. I wish I could ride it. We'll see what happens. Okay, so as I was recording, they brought out a cast member to start lining people up, and my app shows that boarding groups are being called for the virtual queue for Tiana's Bayou Adventure. So I'm kind of a distance away in terms of the boarding group. So we're gonna go see if we can join the walk-up list at Skipper Canteen to get the kids out of the sun, get ourselves out of the sun, and get a bite to eat, and hopefully it'll go smoothly and we can ride the ride soon. So these are the famed cheeseburger and pepperoni egg rolls. You can get two of the same or one of each, the mix as they say. Here at Magic Kingdom, they are available at that cart right there, which usually has a line at the entrance to Adventureland. If you're not familiar, there is the Crystal Palace and Main Street. So you can get there from Main Street, get there from Adventureland, or from right here off of the hub, right in front of the castle. So these are some of our favorites. They're everybody's favorites. They are worth it. They have some sauces that come with them that I don't really care for. Okay, so we are near the hub. 2 out of the 3 are asleep, so we're letting them sleep. Get some much needed rest in the shade. It's not terribly hot, but it is certainly warm. And yeah, after having those egg rolls, I previously only had the cheeseburger ones because the pepperoni ones, for some reason I didn't get them. I think I like the pepperoni ones more. What do you think? I feel like I hear more about the cheeseburger ones, but those pepperoni ones were very good. So again, would recommend. All right, I get this question a lot since I'm always talking about traveling with my kids, but this is where the baby care center is at, here at the Magic Kingdom. Where you can nurse the kids, get them changed, get the cold air. It's really great, and I can make a separate video about all of them if you'd like. I have a kid in my hand, hence the odd angle. All right, and here in this back area, just beyond the first aid center, is the baby care center. For your information. All right, Inside Out 2 just opened with a big box office haul. Look what they got. We're scared to show our kids these. Got some of the new characters here. I have not seen it yet, have you? There's the new mint chocolate Loungefly. If you wear these, can you tell me the utility? Because they don't seem big enough or practical enough to really do much at the parks. I am a bag enthusiast, like a backpack and duffel bag enthusiast myself, so I'm normally really looking for something that's gonna be useful. So yeah, if you could do that, that would be great. I'm generally curious. All right, just off Main Street, you can come check out Dalmatian over here. It's a cool little space. The little fire department. Surprisingly, nobody in here right now. Oh, another Dalmatian's over here. Yeah, lots of secrets and little things to check out here at Disney World. And you get some souvenir coins right here. Alrighty, we got some extra food from Casey's. Kids were hungry, we were hungry, and we got a little shopping done at the Emporium, checked out the fire department, and now we're actually leaving without riding Tiana's Bayou Adventure. I knew this might happen, and this is why I contemplated a dad solo trip, but it's Father's Day week and I wanted to be with them, so we brought them today. We've been here since park opening. It is very hot. It's almost 2 o'clock in the day, and they're still not on my boarding group, and I don't even know how fast the line will go when they call my boarding group, but yeah, they're barely getting like the 20s, and I'm boarding group 47, and I am just really tired. And even though I don't like leaving the Magic Kingdom, and I would like to ride something early and experience it, got to put the kids and ourselves first. We are tired, and there's a lot of things we want to do back at the resort that we want to prioritize at this moment. So we are leaving without having done what we wanted to do, but that's okay. How they get you to always come back. All right, if you have followed me for a bit, you know that I'm obsessed with the development of this new resort here. And in my YouTube video, I wondered about how it would change the sort of skyline views here over Seven Seas Lagoon. And I'll put a link in the description down below of my Island Tower news video. But there it is, I'm zooming in. And actually, with this big, huge sort of island here, it's not really obtrusive or sticking out or changing that much, although at night that's gonna probably look different. But yeah, it sort of blends right into the surroundings, which I'm sure Disney had planned all along. And in case I didn't mention it, we are at the dock to ride the water taxi back to Fort Wilderness and the campgrounds. And so right over here, this boat will take you to Wilderness Lodge. And if you look just over here at this other dock, oh, monorail. Boat dock 2 over here will take you to, I believe, the Grand Floridian and the Polynesian. So more of the Seven Seas Lagoon resorts. And these ones over here take you closer to Bay Lake and those other areas. All right, we're getting a first look at the new DVC villas at Fort Wilderness. Right, this is the meadow area. We got the shopping behind us that I've showed y'all. And here's the meadow pool. There's also a bar over here that I'm gonna show you. Lots to do. Okay, and just this way is the splash pad and the pool area. Because there's kids and families there, I'm not gonna film it, but I will try to get some video that I can, including of the bar and the food and whatnot that we try. So let's go take a look. Here's the meadow swimming pool sign. We got some restrooms over here, and the larger pool is back over in this direction. And there's an awesome slide over there. There is a larger arcade in there. Remember earlier I complained about the small arcade at Pioneer Hall. There is another one here. And also there's the Meadow Snack Bar, closed at 6 p.m. Got some pool tables and ping pong and things to do in there. So lots of activities here at Meadow Swimming Pool. So behind me is the Meadow Swimming Pool and the, I think it's called Meadow Bar. I I should know that name. I will confirm that. Slips my mind right now, but I wanted to show you what's just on the other side really quick. So there is a tennis court, multiple tennis courts right there. This big open field, which looks really great so that the kids just play or have some sort of activity. There is a volleyball net, I guess, and or maybe a badminton net as well. Here is the other side of the pool. There is the slide. And there's also a playground over here. Haven't seen much activity around here, but it is good to know this is an option. I did want to add that we had some food from the Meadow snack bar, and it was just okay. Not my favorite. A lot of it is sort of prepackaged food that it seems like you can't make any substitutions or anything. I know it's a pull bar, but maybe it's because I just got back from staying where I had access to Bar Riva that I expected a little bit more. So we decided to try to have dinner there, and the food just wasn't as great as we thought. And yeah, they had Mickey pretzels and a couple of the standard snacks, which we enjoyed. But other than that, not my favorite meal thus far. And that's sort of something that's I've seen like recurring around this resort, is that it's great and it's fun. I'm saving my final thoughts, but just the food itself has not been the greatest. So I will follow up on that later. A couple of other things I wanted to point out. If you visit Fort Wilderness, one, there is a barrel that sort of spews water that is like around the centerpiece of the largest slide here at the Meadow swimming pool. And it has, if you look closely, there's a sign up there that says the Fort Wilderness Railroad, because there used to be a railroad it opened along on the opening day of this resort years ago, and it sort of was its own little attraction that went amongst the campgrounds and the cabins. It operated for about 6 years after that, and yeah, I think it's really cool. I think it'd be cool to have rode that one day, or for other resorts to have similar things. I don't know exactly why it closed down, but I will be looking it up, and if you are interested, let me know and I could do a whole nother video about that. And the second thing I want to say is that unlike a lot of other Disney resorts, I would say all Disney resorts we've stayed at, including the one in Hilton Head Island, South Carolina, this one, unlike those resorts, this one did not have towels.
Just like Blizzard Beach.
Just like Blizzard Beach. At Blizzard Beach, there are no towels, but at Blizzard Beach, you can get towels. You can rent them, or they came with you. We showed them that we had a place that we were staying at a resort. So at Blizzard Beach, this is a side topic. At Blizzard Beach, if you told them where you were staying at, they didn't ask for proof, they just asked where we were staying. Then you could, it's getting loud all of a sudden, and these are my own kids. If you show them where you were staying or told them where you were staying, you could get access to towels, and otherwise you could, I guess, either take your own or rent one. I'm not entirely sure. Well, here at Fort Wilderness, at least at the Meadow swimming pool, there are no towels here. And that was a shock to us. And so we loaded up the kids and swam and went to take a break to eat, and we could not access pools. Now, luckily, access towels. Luckily, the cast members were really nice and they hooked us up, and then we looked like this just complete Disney noobs because they were like, oh yeah, there are no towels here. You bring them from your room. I will say, that being said, our room has not been serviced for several days, and we've been staying out so late that we've been getting back and not calling for new towels because the kids are going to sleep. So I don't know who would bring all their dirty towels that are kind of damp-ish to swim if that was their only option. I did notice a lot of other people have their own pools, so maybe we were the very few that are not in the know. And I think you can also go to Pioneer Hall and either rent towels or buy towels. That's what a cast member told us. That's kind of inconvenient because it's far away from here, a golf cart away, and we were already wet at that point. Like I said, luckily it all worked out, but FYI, if you're coming here soon, bring your own towels. All right, just beyond the Meadow swimming pool is where you see the campfire show that features Chip and Dale. All right, here we go. Oh, here's the schedule. Campfire runs at those times, 7:30, 9:30 p.m. Sing Along is at 8, Movie Under the Stars, 8:40, and here are the movies they're showing this week. Only the hits. All right. All right, let's see what we got over here for the campfire area to be aware of. And here's sort of like a small auditorium setup. and the screen. Pretty cool.
Water.
Yeah, I brought your water.
Oh, thanks. Did you bring it? I can.
There they are.
Folks all think they are the cutest too. To tell the truth, I think so too. It's Chip and Dale, a great sensational corporation. They are Chip and Dale. They are Chip, and here they are, ladies and gentlemen, Chip and Dale. Oh yeah, let's hear them all, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get in here for a selfie. Come on, Chip. All right, Chip and Dale. Good to have them out here today. Now,
We left the campfire sing-along a little bit early because all the kids are really, really tired. Actually, our third is already asleep. So we're gonna head into the Meadow Trading Post one more time to get something to eat after the experience that was
Yeah,
Meadow Snack Bar, something like that. And get something to eat, get the kids sleep,
One
wrap up
last
this
run.
day. Is our last morning here at Fort Wilderness, and probably the last time we will see the cabins as they look right now. So I'm ready for a quick moment, a morning for coffee and Disney contemplation. All right, so my thoughts on the fort here on our last day, Fort Wilderness. I like it. I feel like I can already feel how my earlier videos look that I haven't really gone back to look at or edit from the first few days, you know, having to figure things out. I really enjoy that part of a resort, which is why I enjoy making these videos so much and exploring them. But with the kids and traveling and whatnot and trying to get food and get them situated, it can be difficult. And as much as I've wanted to stay at this resort, I have not done so because I've been concerned about how we would operate with so many nap times and preferences and concerns and needs for them when our room is so far from all the amenities and things we would need. And a lot of that, you know, is true. We have to get into our golf cart, which we had to rent. So that was some logistical planning before we got here. But backing up, here we had to wait at the lobby. There was some miscommunication about where we had to pick up our golf cart. We knew where to go, but they were telling us to go in the lobby and wait. And we had a stroller and a bunch of our things that I had to carry along with the kids. And I ended up figuring out that we had to go around the building instead with all of our things to get on the golf cart. Then we had to have someone take all of our things for us to our room, which took a little bit of time, and we're happy the cast members were able to do that. But just logistically, I want to let you and obviously parents know what it requires. You can't just get here and go, you know, walk up to your room and take all your things yourself because it's a long walk. There's various loops and campgrounds, and then there are the cabins, and there's a distinction there. And you know, it's not like they're super far away, but it's something to understand in terms of finding your way around the resort. That actually wasn't so bad. I'm learning that sure, the pool's a little distance away, the food's a little distance away, the exit, the ranch, not the ranch, Tri-Circle D Ranch, I mean. It's just, there's a lot to do here, and it happens to be spread out. But once you get the lay of the land, it's actually not so bad, even with 3 kids that are so young. I was concerned about that, and that concern's kind of removed. If we were able to survive it, then I feel like we could do it again. Other parents could do it too. The kids loved the golf cart. They love the pool here. They love the shopping here. They love a lot of the unique, you know, Chippendale and outdoorsy and woodsy type souvenirs and things to do. I think the resort really leans into that. There's definitely a feeling of a community here. People are riding around on their golf carts all day, all night, just having fun. You have a fantastic fireworks view from the beach. You have a view of the electrical water pageant, which if you've been following me for a while, you know that's my favorite. Like one of my favorite things to do all around Walt Disney World. You don't have to be on Seven Seas Lagoon or the Monorail Loop or pay those prices to stay there. You can get that at this resort. I think those are some unique features. You don't feel like you're at Walt Disney World. Like, you know, there's definitely those Disney touches, but you don't feel like you are at a hotel. I did the Riviera recently, and I'll link that video in the description down below. And we love that stay for many reasons, but it's night and day, the 2 different experiences. And that's one of the reasons why we love Disney World so much, because we could do such different things and then go to the theme park. I did not get to ride Tiana's Bayou Adventure over the weekend because they took so long to call us for the virtual queue, but they did call me, and I could have gone back from the resort to there via the boat in a short amount of time. But we actually had so much we wanted to do at the resort that I wanted to do with my kids that I would have rather done that. And that's my personal preference because the ride's gonna be here. But I think that's kind of a testament to this resort that I want to explore here and really have fun and lean into this. And, you know, had the ride called me earlier, I obviously would have went. But, you know, I think from someone who was, that's a big thing to say from someone who was formerly hesitant to stay at this resort, that by the end, nobody wants to leave and we're really enjoying it. That said, there are a few, I'm not gonna say downsides, but things I want people to be aware of. Again, I know I said it wasn't that bad, but things are spread out. It's not the Riviera, it's not Bay Lake, it's not the Poly, it's not where everything is sort of right there and you could sort of make your decisions easily in terms of getting to the parks, getting your food, getting to your transportation. So things are spread out, things take time, bake in that time and you will be fine. Probably the biggest thing that I will say is the food. The food is not amazing here. It's mostly quick service stuff. I did not get to try Hoop to do reviews, so I cannot attest to that, but our experience with Trails End just were not the best. We've stayed at several moderate and deluxe resorts and just, I'm not super picky. I'm fine with the Mickey waffle. I'm fine with the Disney burger. You know, I do that all the time. It's basically what I eat, but there just were not a ton of options. And because this was a relatively shorter trip, we didn't have as many groceries sent to our room. So we couldn't lean on that option as much as we normally do. So maybe that made the difference for us, but just FYI, if you have more preferences for your food or if you get tired of that sort of Disney, sometimes really salty or greasy or fast food easily, like I tend to be, make sure you pack your lunch, so to speak, and have more food delivered to your resort, or obviously go eat your meals elsewhere. This is sort of a shorter trip and we wanted to explore the resort as much as possible. So the only other place we really ate were inside the Magic Kingdom and the Grand Floridian. The last thing I want to say is, even though this is my first time staying here, even though I had all that hesitation I've said, I've always wanted to stay here. It's something I've looked at in pictures and on TV in years past when I was a Disney fan and couldn't visit Walt Disney World, and seeing these cabins and seeing all the outdoor activities and the pools and the things to do in the boats. I mean, the boat proximity to the Magic Kingdom is amazing. It's a straight shot. I just feel like it's weird because we don't want to leave. It's Disney World, we never want to leave. My kids already want to stay. Been converted that quickly, our qualms aside, but also there's a sort of fondness I'm feeling for it, despite the fact that I just stayed here for the first time. And I think it could be because I toured the new DVC cabins. In case you didn't know, they are going to become, all the cabins are being changed to DVC villas and they're getting a major upgrade. There's major construction all over this resort. And I really, really like them. I got a chance to look at them, a very early view, a first look at the rooms. I'll link that video down in the description down below in case you haven't seen it. And they're awesome. There's lots of natural lighting. There's thoughtful use of the space. They feel bigger, they feel modern. I would love to stay at one of those. But this sort of rustic look, this Lincoln log cabin type look, it's not going to be here anymore. Once they're here for a while, we're not going to know. We're not going to really think like, oh my goodness, like it's ruined everything. But they don't blend in as much with the surroundings, which may have been intentional. And it's going to be a DVC resort. I don't know how that's going to affect the vibe or being able to get on property without being a DVC owner, because we're not DVC. So yeah, just it's weird. All the pictures of the Fort Wilderness Railroad and things around the rooms, those rustic vibes and feels and the core of it, it's not going to be here. It's changing a bit. And I think, again, there are necessary changes, but it's interesting to sort of be sitting here right now and sort of a vestige of Walt Disney World past and watch it sort of be moving forward and me going along with it as a Disney fan. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Fort Wilderness. Let me know if you've stayed here before. Let me know if you have any questions. Tell me your thoughts about this video. You return your key here outside the reception outpost. All right, and if you're wondering where the airport shuttle departs from, just look for this sign here at just outside reception outpost. It's just beyond this little building right here. Back there is where you rent your golf cart. And then towards the cabins and campgrounds and all the amenities and things to do is in that direction. Here is a look at the Fort Wilderness reception outpost. This is essentially the lobby. You could check in here, you can go straight to your cabin probably, but like many people, you're probably renting a golf cart or something, so you do that first in the back building, which I think I already showed. But yeah. Hello. Hello. Thank you. I just want to show this. There's some bathrooms in here. Little area for the kids to watch shows, of course. Well, I didn't show where the check-in desks. Got an ATM, some trash, a few places to sit. Yeah, but that was the expanse of it. This resort is outdoors. You will spend time outdoors. There's not really a place to lounge around other than like Pioneer Hall and the Meadow swimming pool area. There's obviously places to hang out and whatnot. And if you just keep walking beyond this way, this is where you rent a cart, heads up. I think I said it in our first day here, first vlog, that there was kind of a long line and a build-up, and that is with us pre-registering and having one ready to go. I've heard they sell out, so we did it early, of course, and we still had to wait in line for some time because so many people were doing it around check-in time. And if you wind around this way, you're back to the front. There is Tri-Circle D Ranch. There's 2 Tri-Circle D Ranch areas, as I mentioned. This one is not where the ponies are, if you have small kids, FYI. And here's where the bus picks you up to go to the airport. We're still waiting on our bus. Three kids
We're getting on this right here?
through security, 2 different times, way different instructions and policies and things to do, some crying, but we did it.